So if you want to skip to the part where I'm actually talking and you don't want to see the vlogging little clips that I have of my experience of the first week of keto, I'm gonna have a timestamp right here, and that's what's gonna play next. But here's a timestamp if you want to come back to seeing me talk. Hey everyone, so this is kind of sort of gonna be my intro to keto week 1. Don't mind that drawer is open. I'm literally gonna change into gym clothes right now because I'm going to the gym and get my butt on the treadmill, because I read that the fastest way to get over this keto flu is to do like low intensity workouts to get all the glucose out of your system. And it's only day 2, not even the end of day 2, almost then, but not quite yet because it's only 7:30 p.m. and I've definitely felt the keto flu starting to hit. That's because the more extreme you go, like the faster it is. So it's like calorie deficient. Not on the first day I didn't completely like do the whole like at least 20 grams of carbs, blah blah blah. I think I definitely did under, plus intermittent fasting. And the intermittent fasting wasn't like on purpose or anything, but just ended up happening like that. So all day today at work, at least I was sitting down, but I did feel kind of nauseous. Just through some points of the day. And then I had like a saltine cracker, which has so many carbs, it's like 2 saltine crackers is 4.4 carbs. I'm like, are you kidding me? But it did help with the nausea. And then funny enough, I felt like I was having a coffee crash, but I was like full of energy. I just felt it in my head. So I want to say that was like the keto flu portion of it, just because like I was energized, I was moving around. Usually when I have a coffee crash, it's like my whole body and my head. So I just felt it in like my mind. So yeah, but I'm going to try to get my butt into the gym and just do the treadmill for 30 minutes to an hour. We'll see how much I can handle, because I have felt it does feel like you're not like you're drunk, but you're like kind of tipsy, where like you're very like loosened up. So we'll see how much I can do, but I'm just gonna try to do 30 minutes for sure. And yep, that's the end of day 2 for me. Back from the gym. Yes, I have a poor nose strip on, not because I have blackheads, but because I have like a bunch of like dead white things that pop up, and it's so annoying. And this is just the fastest way to get all of them done. If not, I have to like take tweezers, and it takes too long. So I like using this. I try not to do it like every week, but this week has just been a bad week for my nose or whatever. I forgot to mention, so starting weight the day before I started the keto diet, I weighed 144.4 pounds. And then earlier today, when I stepped on the scale, so technically day 2, I was down to 143.5, and I know that's just all water weight, but it's like, wow, 1 day of keto actually dropped me compared to just regular diet. So I don't know if I'm gonna weigh myself tomorrow. I think I might just try to push through and see how much I weigh till the end of the week. Maybe I will, just to get a like kind of a, what is that called, like a scale shot, to see how I did after like day 2. And then after that, for sure, I won't weigh myself till it's been a week. And yeah, I'm gonna go to bed after this. I have to brush my hair out, brush my teeth, and remove the snow strip. Wow. Let's try that again. Okay, so my camera is 0.5 of a pound, because I literally just weighed myself without the camera, and it was 41.4. It is day 5 of keto. I have been dealing a little bit with the keto flu. It comes very on and off. I definitely feel like very tired. Like I feel like my head is just a little bit foggy. Even though like my body's not tired, I definitely feel it right in the head area. And I know it's actually like the keto flu, and I'm not getting sick because everyone at work has been sick around me. Just because like I know my body is energized and my body feels good, but it's just like in my head, it's just like if I'm having like a crash, but just in my head, but then my body doesn't feel like it. I don't know if that makes sense. If you ever have a coffee crash, you know that your whole body kind of just crashes. This one's just like my mind and not my body. So that is that. I have little ketone strips. I've peed on it for the last couple of days and it has like the light pink. Maybe when I wake up in the morning I will record that to see if it's changed. But that's all I have to report. People say like it takes a while to go into full ketosis in like 2 to 3 days, and it's been almost a week now, and I'm still in the small amount of ketones. I don't know if like technically I am going into ketosis, but it just takes a little bit for it to go like full blown like ketones. So yeah, I wanted to share the measurements that I was last night. So this is pretty accurate, like what I'm starting with. So it's day 4. It was day 4, so we're on day 5 right now. It was day 4 of keto. My measurements basically are, and I can't wait to see this shrink because I know a lot of people say it's the what is it? It's the like once you stop losing weight, you'll start losing inches. So my waist is 35 inches, my hips are 39 inches, my thighs are 22 inches, my arm is 11.7 inches, and my bust is 39 inches. So, yeah, I'm excited to see how those numbers start going down throughout keto. I probably won't measure myself for another week from yesterday, and then I might weigh myself at the end, like of a total week, to see how much, I guess, water weight or like how much the scale has gone down, just as a Kickstarter. And I've been looking at people's like results of their own keto. They all said like they take your measurements if you're starting out, because that's where you're really gonna see it, besides like in your clothes, because I guess the scale eventually will slow down, but your body won't. So you guys, I'm developing a little rash on my chin. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but there's like little hives on there. It's kind of a little painful. I think it could be a keto rash. It only makes sense because the most common areas are like on your chest and on your neck. I know it's on my chin, but it's still technically neck-ish area. Just thought I wanted to point that out. Good morning, everyone. It is currently 4:38 in the morning. This is how early I have to get up on a weekday. I work at 7, but I'm gonna go pee on my keto strip to see how far into ketosis I am on day 6. So those are the color options, and I'm pretty sure I'm at moderate right now. Ooh, moderate ketosis. I kind of feel like this color can kind of low-key fall into both, but this definitely is more of a match than this. So I'm going to assume I'm moderately in ketosis, unless you have something different to say. Ta-da! 140.4. So I was skeptical of keto, as probably you were, when it first came back, and came out. It actually took me a year to finally decide, like, hey, I'm gonna do this. So the day after my birthday, March 6th, I decided I was gonna give carbs up for Lent, and so I wasn't gonna eat any like desserts, any like bread, pasta, tortillas, all of that stuff. And then I had told my family that, so they wouldn't be like tempted to like make food that I couldn't eat and then be like, there's this, and I'm like, well, I can't eat that, and make them feel bad. So I told them about it, and they're like, oh, so you're doing keto? And I was like, no, I'm just giving up like carbs. And they're like, well, why don't you just do keto since it's already like no carbs? And so then I was like, okay, like I've tried everything. And while I was giving carbs up for Lent, I had a friend doing it too, so I saw it more of a weight loss challenge to have somebody with me not eat carbs. But then I was like, well, let's give this a try, because you know, I've been eating healthy, or I've just seen like my weight like creep up a lot, and no matter what I try, it doesn't seem to come down. So then I was like, okay, I'll do keto. So I did my research and basically started on March 6th, and now it's been a week. Today's March 13th. I don't know when this is gonna go up. Hopefully today, if I can get it all figured out, but if not, I guess it'll go up tomorrow. If you're a subscriber of my channel, you know that I have been struggling with my weight. I did a vlog called I've Gained Weight, and basically I started the diet weighing 144.4 pounds, and mind you, that might not seem like a lot to a lot of people, but I am 5'1.5"-ish. Sometimes I can be 5'2", depending on the day, but for the most part, I'm 5'1.5". So for like BMI wise and for my frame, I am considered overweight, and not like extremely overweight, but definitely up there. And I've been going to the doctors trying to like find a cause as to why I've gained so much weight, because normally before I gained this weight, which I have a culprit, but you know, it's also myself. My sitting weight without exercise is 130 pounds, and that is a 15-pound weight gain in the course of a year. And I did start overnights, or like doing graveyard shifts at work, and I feel like that had a big that was a big factor as to what caused this weight gain, because I wasn't sleeping normal hours, I was hardly sleeping, I was eating like not on a schedule, like, and the food I was eating probably wasn't the best. Last year I tried intermittent fasting, but it was just for like 2 weeks to get ready for an event, and so obviously that only worked for a little bit, and then afterwards I let go of it because the event happened, and then my weight has just crept up since. So 144, I would like to round it up to 145, is the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life. So I've been very unhappy with my body. I've like avoided a lot of people. I try not to go out as much because I don't want people to see that I've gained 15 pounds, because for a short girl like me, like you can tell when you gain weight and when you lose weight. So I was kind of ashamed that that all happened. So fast forward to a week ago, I started keto, and I did measure myself, which just as a way to see how much I end up losing throughout this lifestyle change. Because I feel like carbs have always been my issue, so I feel like keto is kind of like a lifestyle change that I need, the lifestyle that I need to live, because because carbs have always been like my culprit. If I cut out carbs and if I'm doing extreme exercise, like my weight has been like very good, but like I've been very good for myself. But I'm addicted to carbs. I was addicted to sugar, and that's why I felt like this lifestyle is the best one if I want to be happy with my body. And the more, like, it's been a week now, but every day I've been doing it, I've realized this is probably a lifestyle that is sustainable for myself, because again, if I want to be happy with my body, then I can't be doing like starchy carbs. I do miss a little bit of like the fruits and the vegetables and other things, but I think once I am more used to keto and have done keto for a very long time, I'll allow myself to every then and then, because you know the saying is every now and then, but I kind of want to do it every then and then. I'll like have these healthy things that I haven't been allowed to eat that are higher in carbs. But because my body has been running on carbs for 23 years, so I I really want to be in a place where I know if let's say if I have a little bit more carbs, I'm not going to fall into that trap and also throw my body off and be like, we haven't had carbs in this long time, what is this? So yeah, so I know you're wanting to see or wanting to hear how I've done in a week. It's only been a week, and I do plan on for the first month, I'm gonna update like week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. After week 4, I'm just gonna do monthly updates just because I feel like a lot of the big change happens in the first month, in the sense that you're getting used to it, you're letting go of your old habits, you're getting used to, your body's getting used to going from a carb machine to like a fat machine, fat burning machine. So that's why I'm gonna do weekly updates again in the first month, and then I'll do monthly, and then like after a year, like we'll see where I'm at. So I know you guys all want to know, if you haven't watched the little clips at the beginning, you probably already know, but I did lose 4 pounds of, I'm gonna say it's water weight. I lost 4 pounds of water weight in a week, and that is a lot, considering that when I eat healthy, like, oh, I had my little salad and my little chicken, and then like I had like eggs and all of this stuff, but I had like a slice of bread, the weight would just not come off or go down, and then I would have to work out every day, and like then I would start to see like a little bit of the scale going down. So the fact that I've lost like 4 pounds in a week is amazing. I haven't hit the 130s yet, which I'm going to be thrilled to get out of the 140s. Of course, depending on like what I've eaten, like the day, I'm almost there, almost not there. Sometimes the scale, today when I stepped on the scale after working out, it's at 140.4. I hadn't gone to the bathroom, hadn't gone number 2 yet. I did pee, but I didn't go number 2 yet. And then before I had gotten on the scale, it was like before I worked out on an empty stomach, it was like 141. So again, it's all changing, but I'm gonna say I lost 4 pounds of water weight just to keep myself going. But let's talk about how I was every day of the week in the first week. So the first day and the second day that I did keto, I felt amazing. I was like, wow, like I'm so energized. You know, it was the day after my birthday, so there was still cake. Everyone was giving me sweets that I couldn't eat, so that was probably the hard part. But otherwise, energy-wise, I felt great. I felt amazing. Like, you know, there wasn't any bad stuff in my body. And I was eating, what was I primarily eating? I had like eggs for breakfast, I had some cheese and some bacon. I've started to add avocado to my breakfast, which if you want to do kind of like a what I eat on a day on keto, I can do. I had like a little 1/4 of a cup of nuts. What else have I eaten? Like do I usually eat on a daily day? I have like a little Atkins protein shake at work if I'm like on the go and I can't like whip something up, and if like the food that they're serving in the cafeteria isn't the healthiest, then I'll drink my shake. And I've had a little bit of veggies, and I did buy dark chocolate. I'm not the biggest fan, but I've seen people say that like you can melt it and add stevia to it and it tastes a lot better, so I might do that. Haven't done that yet, and that's basically what I've been eating. It's kind of been like the same thing for the most part. I do have my coffee with a splash of creamer and Splenda, which I know is not the best, especially the creamer because it's sugar, and technically keto is like no carbs, no sugar, but I haven't just gone to the store. I mean, we have heavy whipping cream, and I know some people can put like the flavors in it, so that's the only thing I'm missing because I have stevia as well. But I don't know, there's just something about stevia that I don't like, so I've slowly been like getting my taste buds accustomed to stevia by doing 1 Splenda, 1 stevia now in my coffee. So I still have the little bit sweetness of Splenda, but I'm also starting to get my taste buds accustomed to stevia, because if I just do plain like 2 things of stevia instead of 2 things of Splenda, like I can tell the difference, and it's not an enjoyable coffee experience. And another thing that's also been hard is at work getting coffee, because I feel like they're flavored drinks. Like I am a caramel macchiato girl, and that's what I always get, and I feel like their plain coffee often is not good, so I haven't been having coffee at work. So that's a little bit hard, especially when you're a little bit drained from like working or dealing with people. But the first and the second day, basically, I was peachy, I was fine, I was loving it. Was having cravings for carbs, but I don't know why for this one I was very like strict with myself and was pretty good about being like, no, I'm not gonna have any. Cue the third, the fourth, and the fifth day, the keto flu definitely hit. I was having headaches. I kind of felt like I was having a coffee crash, but if you know a coffee crash, you feel it all over your body. And my body still felt energized. I still felt like I could move around, but it's the head crash that I had, and I've never had like just the head crash, and that's how I knew it was the keto flu once that happened. And yeah, it's been sometimes if it's a very like busy day, like it hits me harder. Even yesterday I still felt like very like, oh my god, get me out of work, like right now I can't deal with it anymore. And it could be a little bit that I didn't get the most sleep yesterday as well, because after I got home from work, like I knocked out for 4 hours, like a nap, and then I was up for like maybe like another 3-4 hours, and then like I slept another 10 hours. So I have felt very exhausted, and like the coffee like the coffee hasn't really been doing much, so I definitely feel that that has to do with how my body is switching like gears now. So that's basically how every day has gone. I believe maybe it was like on the third day that I wasn't feeling the great, I got my butt to the gym, and I just did like the treadmill, and I did it for like, was it an hour or was it 30 minutes? It always feels like an hour though. So I did it that day, and then because I've just felt really exhausted, I hadn't got myself back to the gym until this morning, and I woke up on an empty stomach today, like I said, and I was like, let me get my butt to the gym. Because I guess working out on an empty stomach, especially when you're trying to do the whole keto thing, works because you're depleting whatever glucose you may have. So, but then I was really hungry because I woke up hungry, and then I went to the gym and worked out on an empty stomach, and so that made me even more hungrier. So I had 3 scrambled eggs this morning with cheese, 2 slices of bacon, and half an avocado. And that's kind of been what my breakfast has been for the most part. Depending on the day, if I know I'm gonna be busy, like today's a school day, like I'm in class from like 12 to 4:30, and then I have class again from 6 to 9:30, so I know I'm not gonna have time to eat like a super huge meal. So those are the days I tend to have like 3 eggs, maybe a full avocado, depending on how long I'm gonna go without eating. But for the most part, I'll have 2 eggs, half an avocado, and I'll still have the 2 slices of bacon. Or if I know like I'm going to have like a lunch or like food relatively sooner, then I'll only do like 2 eggs and cheese, or 2 eggs cheese, or not do the bacon, not do the avocado. I have found that like my cravings, like my compulsion cravings, have gone away, because I have had a couple episodes of binge eating. I can like binge eat if I'm very restrictive with my diet, and I haven't felt that that's happened yet. Or because I've had like, I was like surrounded by donuts one day at work, and I love donuts. Donuts is like my #1 like favorite dessert, and while I did admit it was a little, not like hard, but it was like a little challenge, I did not have like a craving like saying F it, I'm gonna go eat it. And I've had like these delicious looking cookies at home that that my grandma brought home, and I don't know why she brought them home, because she's on a keto diet as well. Or she's on a low carb, not necessarily like keto, but she's on low carb as well, and she brought these cookies home, and I normally would have eaten the cookies, but I see them and I'm like, oh, it must be tasty, but like I haven't been like, let me just eat it, like blah blah blah. And I feel like that's happened in my diets before, where when I'm like dieting, and I'm saying this because yeah, it should be a lifestyle, not a diet, blah 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 blah, but you know, when you're trying to lose a big amount of weight, you kind of too have to like, it first has to become a diet before it becomes a lifestyle, because you can't just undo the lifestyle you've had most of your life. So I feel like my compulsion has definitely gone away. And you know, I've seen like at work there's been like pizza, and pizza's also my pizza and donuts are my favorite, or my 2 favorite foods ever. I I miss tacos a little bit. Like I'll eat the meat, and I think about like hamburgers and like the buns and the fries and all of that stuff, but I'm not like, I have to have it, that's what I'm craving. And normally that would be the case, or it'd be like, I've eaten so good, let me just like treat myself. I don't have like a desire to treat myself, because I know that if I cheat on this diet where I'm at right now, like it's all gone. I have to start from square one, and I'm just not willing to do that. And I watched other people's progress just to like keep myself motivated, and somebody said, what do you want more? Do you want the donut more, or do you want the weight loss more? And I personally want the weight loss more, just because it's always been a struggle in my life. I've always been like the chunky one. I've never been like the thin one, like thin. I've always wanted to be thin. Like I always had like thin best friends, and I was always the big friend. Gone a little too much for week 1. So yeah, hopefully in a week I see some progress in my actual measurements going down. Hopefully I get down closer to like 135. We'll see, because I don't have like, for example, 80 pounds to lose. I'm only trying to lose 35 pounds. I think if I lose 35 pounds I'll be happy. Ideally it would be if I lost 35 pounds I'd be down to 110. And that's like my goal weight, is to be 110, but I'll be happy the second I hit like 115, and I'll be content the second I hit 120 as well. So I have a little bit long way to go. Hopefully by next week I'm closer to 135, but we shall see depending on how my body is. But yes, if you are doing your own weight loss challenge, I know I mentioned this to my subscribers before, I encourage you to lose weight with me if that's something that you're trying to do. So leave a comment down below if you are interested in joining me. I know I did it in the last one, but I think this is going to be the official one. I'm trying to get a summer bod. We'll see how much it takes to get there, or if I even get there. But I want to encourage everyone that watches my videos, if they would like to join something, you know, something like to encourage them and have like buddies to lose weight, please leave a comment down below. Depending on how many people like decide to do this and are constantly commenting on like these weight loss update videos, or just like if I know you are a subscriber by like your activity and other videos, then I might send you like a little something if you reach your goal. Maybe not like your ultimate goal, but if you reach like your halfway point goal, or if you reach what you want by a certain time, then I might send you like a little Bath and Body Works something, because I have a lot of Bath and Body Works, so I am more than happy to give some lotions or some shower gels or some fragrance mist away to people who are working towards their goal. So if you sat through this, thank you so much, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye.